Untitled. Today we're going to talk about two new transformations, translations and dilations. So translation is really just moving a point or a group of points, like a group of points that make a triangle or a quadrilateral. We're just going to be shifting them in the coordinate plane. And one way we'll see this is just like this. It means that we're going to take every x value and subtract 2. And we're going to take y values and add 4. So if we want to translate triangle DEF in this figure here on the left, we would start at one of the points, so I'll choose D, and I'll go to the left 2, minus 2 in the x direction, and up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 in the y direction, and there's my new point. Same thing for E, I go to the left 2, and up 4, there's my new point. Same thing for F, to the left 2, up 4. That actually ends up where E is. Now I can connect these and create, I can create my new triangle. So the triangle should look pretty much the same, it's just shifted in the coordinate plane. So I moved it to the left 2 and up 4 completely. So even if you didn't have a picture, you could just subtract 2 from all the x values in a coordinate and add 4 from all the x values. Similarly here we want to subtract 1, go to the left 1, and then nothing is happening in the y direction, so we're really just shifting to the left 1 for all of these. Shift F left 1, shift E left 1, and now I can create my new triangle. So I pretty much just moved this triangle to the left 1. So I want you to pause here and I want you to translate this triangle. So here I need to add 3 to the x, so move my points 3 to the right and subtract 2 from y and move them down 2. So I'm going to go to the right 3, down 2, there's D prime. E, go to the right 3, down 2, there's E prime. And F to the right 3, down 2, there's F prime. And I can create my translated triangle. The other one we're going to talk about here is dilations. Dilations stretch or shrink figures by a scale factor, and here K is what we use to represent the scale factor. If K is bigger than 1, then it's going to stretch the picture. If K is smaller than 1, like 1/2, it's going to shrink it. And all you really need to do is multiply the x and y values for all the points by the scale factor. So here E is -1, 3, so we'll multiply -1 and 3 both by 2 and get -2, 6. There's our new point. F is 1, -1, we'll multiply both of those by 2 and get 2, -2. D is -2, -2, if we multiply both of those by 2 we get -4, -4. And what we end up with is a triangle D prime, E prime, F prime that is twice as big as the original. Similarly, we're going to shrink this one by 1/2, so I multiply the x and y values by 1/2. So here it's 1, 6, so I multiply them by 1/2 and I move 1/2, 3. There's D prime. E is 6, 1, so I multiply 6 by 1/2 and get 3. Multiply 1 by 1/2 and get 1/2. There's E prime. And F is 4, -2. 4 by 1/2 is 2. -2 by 1/2 is -1. And what I end up with is a triangle that is half the size of the original. So I want you to pause here, and I want you to dilate this triangle DEF by 1/4. So I'm just multiplying the coordinates by 1/4. D is negative 1, 4. So that gives me negative 1/4, 1. E is 4, 0. So that gives me 1, 0. If I'm multiplying 4 and 0 both by 1/4. Also, just to note that multiplying by 1/4 is the same as dividing by 4. So if I have negative 4, negative 3, negative 2, I can just divide those by 4. So negative 3 gives me negative 3/4, somewhere around there. And negative 2 divided by 4 is negative 1/2. So my point is somewhere there. It's a little bit difficult. And so I should end up with a triangle that's 1/4 the size of the original triangle. So that's it for translations, dilations. You can see the screen is blank. I'm cutting you some slack today. I'm giving credit to those people who do their you-dos. So if you want credit for your you-do, submit the word bubbles. So type in the word bubbles for your answer and you'll get your credit.